You're listening to the Electronic Media Collective Podcast Network. Yeah, it's a mouthful. For more great shows like the one you're about to enjoy, visit electronicmediacollective.com. And now, our feature presentation.
Welcome to the exciting world of the movies.
Hello, retro movie fiends, and welcome back to the Movie Graveyard. Once again, 2023 is the year where Kino wins, and we are bringing you the highest Kino. Don't fall for that fake Kino that Hollywood's selling you, that Barbie doll movie bullshit. This is where the real Kino is at. That's right, we're rolling down with Problem Child 2. Ain't that right, Zach?
Fucking, what a terrific fucking film, starring the Lord and Savior himself, John fucking Ritter. He is the fucking Jesus Christ of our generation, if you ask me. Fucking, the Beatles said they were more popular than Jesus. Fucking John Ritter was more popular than the fucking Beatles. This guy is Kino personified.
The Beatles would never have the fucking balls to say that they're more popular than John Ritter, that's for sure.
Exactly, those fucking cucks. Fucking cowards.
Fucking those stupid ass haircuts. How come they couldn't learn to part their hair in the middle like John Ritter?
Exactly. That's what you do when you're just swimming in pussy.
Yeah.
When you're just swimming in pussy.
That's some low T Beatle shit if you don't have John Ritter hair.
Okay, exactly. The shitty Beatles, that's what they called them in fucking Wayne's World. I agree.
I agree. It's like, oh, you came over to America after the Monkees were popular. You stole their whole gimmick, their whole formula of songwriting.
Fucking
big fucking
cowards. Just total cowards. I fucking despise them. Fucking Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Fucking people talk about like, oh, we're so fucking lucky to be living in the same era as Paul McCartney. He's still alive. He's a legend. It's like fucking. I can't lie too often. I can't lie this long. I like the Beatles. I'm just joking.
Okay. My favorite Beatle is Pete Best.
Oh yeah.
You ever see that movie they made about him, BB, with Stephen Dorff?
I haven't.
I got the Blu-ray. It's good. It's called Backbeat.
Oh yes.
It's very Kino. It shows the Beatles when they were like 15 years old playing in these shitty little bars.
How do we get sidetracked on the Beatles?
I don't even know. Let's go ahead and get this rolling. We have a pause on the Blu-ray at the opening logo where it says it's one of those little animated logos, so you kind of got to like wait for it to unfold. But it's a universal globe, and at the end of it, before the movie starts, it says Universal and MCA Company. I remember the whole time I was growing up, Universal was an MCA company, and then I don't know like what all went through, but I remember for like the longest time it was a Seagram company. It was like Seagram fucking gin or whatever bought them for a while. It was whack, but this was back when it was Universal and MCA company. So we had to pause.
They had that song Working for MCA. He was singing about how he was going to get a job at MCA and greenlight fucking Problem Child 2. That fucking
amazing.
Guy. Mm-hmm.
They should have greenlit Problem Child 3 as well, but they fucked up.
There was a Problem Child 3. You didn't know that?
Yeah, I know. The shitty TV one that had like nobody in it.
Yeah, they should have back-to-back 2 and 3, just like fucking Sleepaway Camp type shit.
They should have done it like fucking Saw. Oh, they did kind of do it like Saw, where they were cranking them out every 6 months. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get it rolling. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go. We're not even like talking to each other anymore. We're just going over and over the top of each other. You're fucking talking about Saw movies. I'm trying to talk about a fucking logo on a menu or a screen or what the fuck this is. All right, let's say 1, 2, 3, go. So this podcast can officially start. When I say go, please hit play on your remotes. All right, everybody, get your dicks in your hand. 1, 2, 3, go.
We are going to see. This is actually the logo I remember most, like when I think of Universal. Actually,
me too. There was one in the 80s that was kind of cool. That was kind of blurrier of just where the planet was more far away, if you remember that one.
Fucking hell yeah. I love this fucking movie. We've already done Problem Child 1.
Yeah.
Like when we last left our hero, fucking him and fucking Kramer. Yeah. I love his line delivery here. Listen to her. Everybody hated you. So fucking terrible actor. I love him.
I like the way John Ritter drives this fucking U-Haul.
I always love that shot. You can literally see the camera.
Yeah.
In that shot. Did you notice it?
Mm-mm.
Fucking amazing. They just you could just see a Panasonic camera in the back seat and fucking clear as day. It's beautiful, and I love the song playing.
Yeah. I like too that like they go from driving past a donut shop in Los Angeles, and then like all of a sudden the next shot they're driving through fucking Orlando, Florida.
Who would have thought this was such a fucking great thing to do? Is start your movie out with a Rocky-like montage, just right out of the gate.
I was gonna say the movie actually starts out with like just filling time.
Basically, just like to catch you up if you didn't see the first one. Kind of. It's like explaining the plot, like, well, we got chased out of town, fucking she left me, blah blah blah, and we're gonna do this. I forget what they say, but it just spells out the plot of the movie, kind of.
I like this part where they drive past this titty bar, which the actual building is just two giant tits, like
That's
face
amazing.
up.
I just want to get on top. Fucking, if Godzilla ever came, you think he'd titty fuck that building?
He probably just came on it. He'd do
he would came, yeah.
He'd do a titty fuck.
I love that shot where he's sleeping and it shows John Ritter just being quintessential fucking dad.
I know. He's like, and I love this part. Now John Ritter's sleeping and the little kid's driving. He can't even reach the pedals, but he's still driving. What's funny is I thought they were going to like show the kid driving and then have him starting to fall asleep too.
This is the second time he drove. We saw him drive in the first movie, but fucking now his dad is sleeping in the next seat instead of on top of the car.
This is so weird too, because they say that this film was like in large part filmed at Universal Studios, Florida, when it was first like opened up. But I'm like, what is this weird neighborhood they live in that's just like on a lake for no reason? Like the whole neighborhood's on a lake.
It's like a crazy yuppie township type thing. Fucking, he sees. Look at her face there.
I know.
She's so sad.
By the way, how did they find a little girl that looks so much like Kurt Russell but is not yet Kurt Russell's daughter? How does that work?
There's something so fun about watching kids like get hurt or like mean things happen to them. Like fucking, I just saw a child drive by and shoot a little girl's balloon out with a slingshot and start laughing maniacally, and I just wanted to smile. I'm fucking smiling ear to ear right now. This movie.
By the way, you can't get more American than that, right? Like a little girl roller skating down the sidewalk holding a balloon. Like holding the balloon makes it more fun to roller skate.
Look at that right out of the gate, Big Stacy.
Yeah, like first thing John Ritter gets out of the car and like real hot ass lady comes out, and then just all the plain moms that are all singing. So like basically it's established early on. He didn't know this when he was buying this house, supposedly, allegedly, that this is the divorce MILF capital of the world, this town, Mortville. Mm-hmm. Great fucking name. Should call it Fuckville while you're at it. But
exactly.
But I'm just like, how did you not know that, John Ritter? Like, why would you move to this place where they never established he never has a job here? It's not like, oh, Junior, my job's moving. Like, he has no job. He used to work for his fucking dad in the first one, and now he's like quit or whatever. But but yeah, like I was like that would be like the main reason to move there if you're like a single dad or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Fucking, I love his fucking what's that called? Fucking narration throughout the movie.
Yeah.
Fucking. He's so good at acting and fucking.
You're talking about the little boy. What's his name? Michael Oliver.
Exactly.
He's great. Yeah.
He's very bad at acting. You can tell why he didn't go on to do anything else, or did he? Was he in anything else besides Problem Child 1 and 2?
I think he was. Maybe like some bit parts, but yeah. Like if you compare him to like the little girl that played Matilda, like yeah.
We need a fucking meet. Where a sequel where they both meet, and it's basically like fucking Matilda, and basically Junior is just fucking John Ritter in this movie. He's like a new dad. He comes into town and fucking all the chicks want to fuck him. Very Chad.
Now you probably didn't know who this lady is right here with the cupcakes, but Martha Quinn was one of the original VJs on MTV. Like I know a lot of people don't remember this, but MTV usually had, like back when they started, they had like 4 or 5 VJs that would actually introduce the videos and host them and shit, kind of like Joe Bob style. And I think she was maybe there was Nina, what's her face as well, but there's like just 2 girls at the beginning and a couple guys, but like yeah. And then I remember she started acting after a few years of that, but she probably always was an actress really, but yeah, she's pretty good in this in a small part. And then
I love this character here. I love this guy.
I was gonna say the neighbor dad. I can't remember his name, but he's like your just typical back then, like always, like on sitcoms and comedy movies, always just like a kind of bald, kind of ubiquitously Italian almost neighbor guy that was like super obnoxious, you know?
Fucking grilling out, showing off his new grill to the new bud. He's got a new bud, new fucking single dad to hang out with now, talk about women with, fucking just shoot the shit. Fucking wear what are those called? Those fucking shirts he's wearing, Hawaiian shirts.
Yeah.
Fucking he's gonna try to get fucking Ritter wearing Hawaiian shirts so that they match and shit.
I was actually considering ordering some Hawaiian shirts recently.
Hell yeah, looking like Tommy Bassetti over here, our boy the goat.
Yeah.
Fucking driving in from Vice City. Why are the kids from The Shining here?
Yeah, like they could have worked in a supernatural element with those creepy twin girls that talk at the same time. They could have been demons coming after Junior for all his indiscretions.
That's literally the only thing missing.
Yeah.
And this movie would literally be 10 out of 10. It's a 9 out of 10 right now. I love this scene right here. Where he's like, wait, maybe I should go inside and slip on my silk tuxedo. And the shot of him, fucking clenched fist. He's getting ready to rock this motherfucker's world. We hear the riff. The fucking... You on the day I was born.
I love how like through the whole series they just play that song nonstop, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's like the most lowest common denominator way to let you know Junior's about to do some bad shit.
Don't ask why not? Why not? Don't ask why not? Why not?
And sometimes they just take like awkward fucking like snippets out of the song and put it into. Oh,
it's so funny. How much he looks like fucking Chucky from Child's Play.
Speaking of which, there's like a fake Chucky doll when they go to the carnival. I'll point it out when it comes up. But I was like, this is a Universal movie. Like by that point, I'm pretty sure they were already doing the sequels. They should have just put the real Chucky in there.
I can see this being one of those things where people do that fucking Mandela effect shit where they know the Problem Child series is the Chucky movies and Child's Play series. That's what fucking Junior and shit.
Yeah, Junior, the little doll with the red hair.
No.
I totally didn't understand how that giant ass girl had both propane and charcoal inside of it.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
That was so fucking weird.
Junior fucking... What did he do? He turned the fucking propane up.
The propane up all the way. There was 3 giant tanks of propane. He turned them all up so that when the guy lit it, it just blew up in his face. And blew him into a baby pool because they didn't even have a real pool there.
That's why they needed the charcoal too, is they needed a reason for him to have to drop the match and be stuck in there like that.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's like a dual amp where they do the solid state and the tubes. They're doing the fucking old school and new school though. They're like fucking, you get the propane and you get that fucking charcoal taste.
It's double flavor.
Exactly. I love the scenes where fucking this is basically me growing up. My mom and dad, usually my mom fucking had to fucking do shit like this to get me to go to school.
Yank you out of the car.
Exactly. Well, that reminds me of this fucking... I have this, like, memory growing up with this kid. I was walking into school, meeting my friend, and some kid, like, fucking... His dad just, like, fucking pulls him out of the car, and the kid is going nuts. He's just, like, he's, like, fucking having, like, a nervous breakdown, panic attack, whatever, fucking... The dad just, like, fucking pulls him outside, puts him there, fucking leaves him in the street, and just drives off. And I'm just sitting there watching this kid freaking out, like having the worst day of his life. And I'm just thinking, like, holy shit, that kid is never gonna forget that day. Somewhere out there that kid heard that and just like, holy shit, fucking, it all came back to me.
When I didn't want to go to school, holy shit, I just realized Gilbert Gottfried's whole desk is made out of glued together pencils. Look at that. So fucking crazy.
What a Chad.
Super Chad. But yeah, when I was a kid and I didn't want to go to school, I just told my mom I was sick and she let me stay home.
I did that so often that didn't work anymore.
Yeah. I remember eventually it was like 3 or 4 weeks in a row, like I always took a day off. And like my parents didn't even care. And then like my lame ass teacher, Mr. Record, fucking Dave Record, started bitching about it to me. And I'm like, I hate this school. It was like with this school, like when we first moved there, I was like, I hate this fucking school. Everybody's a dumbass here.
I'm listening to you, but I noticed that phone was covered in blood.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Like it looked like it was a prop left over from Child's Play or something.
Yeah, did they just like hope nobody noticed?
Look at like his tray. Look at his folders holder thing there too. It's all covered in blood.
all the yellow stuff. Maybe that's just like the design. It's like
Yeah,
some
it's like a
feng
red
shui.
spatter design.
Yeah, fucking very artsy.
It is.
But we should, everybody listening to the podcast right now, if you're hearing some of the audio, you're hearing fucking Gilbert Gottfried's annoying ass voice.
Yeah.
Fucking our boy showed
Wow.
up. He's now the fucking principal of this school. They just keep running into each other.
Yeah, they do that. I actually like sequels. Like if if it's not like a serious film franchise, you're not trying to build a trilogy or nothing. I actually like sequels where they just do a part two and they just cram as much shit in from part one just to be lazy.
In a way, yeah. Fucking, there's a part of me though that thinks that they did everything the first one does and they outdo it in
Yeah.
this movie. I think this is I would probably say this is better than the original.
What was he in the first one? He like ran the adoption agency or the social workers or something. He was
Hell yeah.
because he was in charge of always getting people to adopt Junior, and they would always return him.
Mm-hmm. He was like some. Your dad is a moron. I forgot about. Fuck. See, that's what your dad is. See, now I just want to watch the movie because I didn't get to. See, right there, that's the first time Junior shows any kind of fucking like, don't talk shit about my dad. Because in the first movie,
He
he was
hated him.
he's very mean to the dad. You didn't get this. You didn't find out that Junior actually liked him until the end of the movie. The whole time you're watching it, like, why the fuck would you be mad at John Ritter? He's like, he's like the fucking the dad in all the TV shows and shit.
It's funny too. Did you notice like because the whole like literally the whole premise of this movie, it's not even really about Problem Child 2. It's just about fucking John Ritter banging lots of single moms. And like the name of the school is like the mascot or whatever is the Mortville Cougars. And I'm like, was the term cougar like even a thing back then, or is that just a happy accident?
Yeah, they were all fucking. This school is based in Red Pill that knows the fucking beauty of fucking the older women, just big fucking Stacy's, the MILF action.
I I don't know the actor's name, but they got the bald guy who was the asshole principal in Back to the Future to play the school teacher in this one. And like,
Sorry, that kid that stood up and then sat down looked just like fucking Ted's younger brother in fucking Bill and Ted 1.
and then the big fat kid here's the bully. That's our boy. Now he's winning Oscars. Paul Walter Hauser who played Richard Jewell.
Did he win an Oscar recently?
Yeah, I can't remember what movie he was in last year, but yeah, he just won an Oscar.
What a fucking king, Murph.
Or maybe it was like a fucking Golden Globe or something. It was a major award. It was one of those things. Because I remember he was such a dork. He showed up on AEW Wrestling like holding the trophy, and I was like, "What are you doing? Get the fuck out of here!"
Fucking, that's a king. They should have done a storyline where he was in the wrestling ring and fucking Vader was his dad, like in Boy Meets World where Vader was fucking Frankie's dad.
It'd be hard though, because Vader's dead now.
Exactly. We had to bring him back from the dead first.
Yeah.
I love the drool there.
Yeah.
Murph is fucking king. They brought him back for that fucking shitty VHS straight to video fucking part 3 also.
Really?
I don't remember anything about it. I just remember he shows up for a little bit and like fucking it is not a good movie. But it had the guy playing the dad that recast John Ritter. How dare you? And
Sir,
never
how
do that.
dare you? This is John Ritter's world.
Exactly. And they recast him with Cat Williams.
Oh,
I almost want to call him Cat Stevens.
You
That would've
mean
been better.
William Cat, or who was it?
Whatever. Was it the guy from House?
Yeah, that's William Cat. Cat Williams is the guy who like always plays a pimp in movies and shit.
Fucking Cat. Who's fucking, what did I say?
You said Cat Williams. That's like the black comic guy who always plays a pimp in movies.
What's his last name? Fucking.
The real guy is William Cat, though.
He changed his name to Yusuf recently.
Oh, did he?
Cat Stevens. I'm thinking
Cat,
of.
so you're thinking. Damn, how did Junior get the strength to put that fat motherfucker all scotch taped to the board?
Because he's big King Chad. He's been watching the Red Pill YouTubers, and they tell you to go to fucking the gym and shit. Fucking grown men had to be told to go to the gym.
I was actually
out,
watching a video
better.
like that today. Guys, don't do it for women. Do it for you. You gotta go to the gym, guys. You gotta go to the gym.
Exactly.
That's my boy Manosphere. He's from Romania. He tells you all about how to get women and go to the gym. Yeah. Not even to get women. He just tells you how bad women are, that they shouldn't be whoring around. They should be getting married. Now look at this bank, baby. It's a weird bank. really weird building to be a bank. But I have to say, I was shocked when I was waiting for you to get home before we could start recording. I actually read that this bank, they actually took over a Thai food restaurant and converted it into a fake bank for this movie.
Exactly. For the bank where we meet Lawanda for the first time in the movie, basically fucking the new lady that's going to come in and move in on Junior and his dad. Basically, Junior wants to fuck his dad, I think, is kind of the thing, because like, he wants him for himself.
Junior doesn't want his dad to fuck women for some reason.
He's just perpetually cock-blocking his dad.
Yeah.
What if that's like the ultimate fucking sick joke behind the whole movie series, really?
Yeah, John Ritter's trying to get a loan at the bank. He wants to start his own business, supposedly. But, yeah, Lawanda, played by the great Lorraine Newman from Saturday Night Live. She was the original daughter of the Coneheads back in the day, baby.
Fucking hell yes. We're seeing
all her different husbands, all the pictures, they're all just John Ritter dressed up in weird costumes.
The weird sense of humor this series had with like, hey, we're gonna bring. So in this movie, his new love interest is his real life wife, who was also the love interest in the first movie, but she's playing a new character.
Yeah, it's some like Return of the Living Dead shit.
It's like fucking just kind of why didn't more movies do that? More sequels?
I think on Return of the Living Dead, it was just because they were just trying everything they could just to make it as successful as the original. Like, just trying to, you know.
I love this line he gives after this happens.
Yeah.
Why did he do that? Did he not? Oh, I missed Junior. I got the dad.
Yeah, here we meet the love interest played by the same actress who was his bitch wife in the first one. But like, I don't know what happened, because they shot this movie like 6 months after the last one. I don't know what happened. She suddenly got like way hotter in that 6 months.
She is fucking beautiful.
I can see why he married her in real life.
Fucking, she has brown hair here. She has red hair in real life and in the first movie.
Yeah.
So it matched Junior, so it looked more natural, I guess.
Yeah, the carpet matched the drapes.
Exactly. She's Big Stacy, though.
Big Stacy.
John Ritter, he lived an amazing life. He was in fucking the It movies.
He was. He was actually the best actor in them, too.
He was, which isn't saying much. I mean, out of the adult actors, he was the best actor. But everybody was acting like it was a fucking TV, what's it called, soap opera type shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, the fucking girl that he slingshotted her balloon, that's the daughter of fucking his dad's new love interest.
Yep.
And now they're fucking going at it. Fucking they're conflicting problem childs. There's 2 problem childs in this movie. That was the thing. Did you see the stunt double throwing him right there?
I did. It was amazing.
It looked like a doll.
It did look like a doll.
It looks similar to the ending shot from like Nightmare on Elm Street, where he pulls the blow up doll through the window.
Yeah. Where the mom becomes a blow up doll. I like how they got a high school picture of John Ritter, like this file that Lawanda's looking at. It's like he's so young, it doesn't even look like John Ritter. I used to love John Ritter when I was a kid. Three's Company was always on reruns. I always watched it. I always thought he was a Chad.
I loved that show.
Yeah.
Fucking, I have seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fucking, I didn't get the rest of them. They have the whole series out on one set now from Anchor Bay.
I hate how they do that. They make you buy them individually, and then later they just put them all out as a set.
Exactly. So fucking, basically, Lawanda wants to bone John Ritter, but fucking, she found out Junior exists, and she's just like, now she's seeing like all the articles from like before. And she's like, this kid's a nightmare, baby. But fucking, I mean, what are some of your favorite scenes in this movie? Like, since I was a kid, I just like fucking, they just upped the ante completely. Fucking, I love the cockroach scene that we're gonna get to.
Cockroach scene's probably the best scene. Like, when I was watching this, I was like, damn, I can't believe they actually did this. I actually like this scene with the grandpa and the TV commercial. He's got those bimbos in the hot tub with them. Mm-hmm. And I like how John Ritter is like, sees his own dad on TV, and he's like, what is he doing? Oh. But actually, my favorite part of this movie is John Ritter's fucking reactions to everything.
They almost bring the character up in a way to where it's like, oh, that's all we're gonna see of the grandpa, but then he shows up later.
Yeah.
This movie just fucking it keeps like it knows what you're gonna think, and it fucking it surprises you.
Yeah.
Why is his babysitter like 30 years old? She doesn't look like a high school kid
Which,
at all.
it's fine that if he had a 30-year-old babysitter, there's a lot of people struggling to make it in the gig economy, but why does she dress like a fucking 12-year-old schoolgirl?
She's playing like a high school. She clearly is too. It's like that fucking wardrobe. No adult would wear that.
It's just a fake schoolgirl outfit that she got at Party City so she could get babysitting jobs and jack off all the dads in the neighborhood.
That they were fucking putting that in there for all of the single dads watching at home. They wanted this movie to be about single dads for single dads, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
There's a market that needs to be tapped into where it's just like, man, I just want to I want to have my kid around and just, I want to fuck all these hot chicks. I want to use my kid to get women because women find that attractive, single dads, for whatever reason.
Which I always thought that was weird. Like, I wonder if that really holds true if women still want to bone guys who have kids. Like, what does it matter? Every woman has kids now, too, so.
Exactly. Fucking, well, she eating like a pig. Look, I forgot about this.
It was weird that she eats like a pig, but she only wants to watch documentaries on TV. By the way, it's awesome that they don't even have a real TV. They just have a projection screen. But yet we never see the projector in the room.
Fucking our boy got rich somehow.
He did. He got so freaking rich. Because when they moved in, I mean, obviously it was an empty house, and like the way John Ritter decorated, he's got pool tables, he's got giant TV screen, well, not TV screen, projection screens.
John Ritter is a 1%er in this film.
Apparently, one presenter in cock length and money. Apparently,
exactly. Oh look, he made a ninja star with that fucking.
Yeah, how did he open it up? He made a ninja star out of the top of the can. This guy's so broke and poor. He's eating dog chow now. Food.
This is like the biggest cock block thing Junior does in the entire fucking series franchise. Even the shitty one that doesn't have any real actors in it. He calls the ex of the fucking guy that his dad's out. Like the ex-husband or whatever.
Yeah, he calls the ex-husband of John Ritter's date.
That's savage.
And I like that the guy's just like a foreign weirdo for no reason.
Exactly.
That was a real thing too. BB is like the late 80s, early 90s. I remember even being a PSA and like us making fun of it. There's like this PSA of like this family sitting down and like they're in a house, and it's like, oh, we don't have the money for food, so they open up a jar of cat food, and like supposedly that's what people were believing, that if people ran out of money, that you'd be eating cat food and to help the needy and shit. But it's like it's actually cheaper to eat like shitty, cheap fast food than it is cat food. Yeah, so this
he just hit a fucking waiter in the head with a lead pipe.
Yeah, the waiter, he busts in with a lead pipe and he hits a Ritter right in the forehead. Like that would like literally kill you. You have a fucking brain hematoma from that shit.
It's like, is it supposed to be a lead pipe or is it just like a fucking toilet paper roll painted silver?
I mean, that's what it really is, but it's supposed to be a lead pipe because the sound effect is like dong. And then when John Ritter fights back and hits him in the balls with it, all of a sudden the lady's like, oh, you did this to my ex-husband. Oh, yeah. It's like, if you love this fucking foreign weirdo so bad who's in these dirty stained underwears, like, why did you ever divorce him in the first place, lady? Should have just been fucking with him all this time.
That's just good, absurd humor. Basically, John Ritter defends himself and she just fucking gets mad at him. You bully! And fucking smacks him.
I think it was this part of the movie, like where the gross babysitter, her boyfriend shows up on a Harley Davidson or whatever. I think it was this point where I realized we were watching a cartoon.
That kid's got total Ryder Strong vibes.
He does.
From Boy Meets World.
He totally does. It also reminded me too of like the guy from like the insurance commercials. Like, my name is Mayhem. What, you don't know what
Squana, squana, squana.
Yeah.
That slide guitar.
Yeah. Like, I want to make like a Problem Child style movie where like literally just every scene has the song playing, like 93 minutes straight of just that song playing, and just Problem Child doing like bad shit.
We just refer to him as Problem Child in the movie.
Problem Child, but we got to respect the canon of the original series, so it's got to be Problem Child 4.
This is awesome. Fucking Junior is recording Somehow he has a live feed and he's projecting it onto the house. His babysitter having sex with the boyfriend.
Yeah, and if you actually watch the video, I mean, it's obviously fake. You know, they're not even really. But like the guy is like throwing her up against the wall and shit, and like it's like really rough. But yeah, Junior started a business. He's paying everybody, or they're paying him, I guess, to come and sit on the lawn and watch the babysitter get fucked from inside. But
and she's like a high school kid. They're clearly it's implying.
Yeah, like you would never get away with this in the current YouTube sensitivity.
There's just kids sitting there watching it too. Did you see the kid in the audience?
Yeah. Well, I think it's funny. All the dads are like, yeah, get it. It's like everybody's on the lawn screaming, like 30 people on the lawn screaming. Like, don't they hear that while they're fucking inside? Like, I have to say
made it hotter, dude.
I have to say, like, that's something all movies, whether it's horror movies, comedy movies, claim is that the babysitters always get fucked when they babysit. Like, I've never heard of that. Like even my guy friends, like whatever. Like I've never heard them like sneaking into somebody's house to fuck their babysitter girlfriend. Like I wonder how often that like really happened.
Yeah, probably less often. Yeah. Probably
seems often. Like something that happened more in like the 1950s when kids never had a place to go and do shit. You know,
women seem to have no problem waiting. If you got a male babysitter, I could see that happening way more.
Yeah.
Women have it cooled down better than the men do.
And also too, it's like there's always movies about some guy like fucking the babysitter, the teenage babysitter. It's like I don't know that many 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old girls that are really attracted to middle-aged men.
Fucking who knows? Yeah. Very low T the world.
Here we have the return of the grandfather, Big Ben. He's broke now. He's been scamming and shit. He was trying to do a get rich quick scheme on like late night cable, whatever, with the TV commercials.
He was trying to pump some crypto.
Yeah, he was a crypto bro.
Exactly.
Who knew the original crypto bro was a 72-year-old man?
Exactly. Fucking, you said he was broke, and I immediately thought of that Limp Bizkit song from Significant Other. Me, I'm broke. You said you pay me back. I'm broke, and for that, you deserve a smack, and for slacking.
Yeah, I saw Fred Durst just did a podcast with, I think, Bill Maher.
Oh, that's got to be amazing.
I know. Bill Maher has this podcast where he sits around and he fucking smokes doobs and drinks, like, fucking canters of scotch.
Exactly.
I thought this was gross that the dog comes and immediately just pisses on everything, and, like, it looks like real piss.
Nippy.
Yeah, Nippy.
Fucking that dog is cool. He's gonna take the biggest fucking shit later on in the movie. We were talking about the shit he takes, and we were mentioning basically like fucking. There's nothing more satisfying than taking a shit that feels like the shit Nippy takes in this movie. I think everybody knows what we mean when we say that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be huge. Junior here, he's got spaceship bunk beds, which like I don't know how often like only children, single kids, whatever, want bunk beds, but it does happen because I was that child.
Hell yeah. What if your grandpa was sleeping above you, had a wet dream, and it seeped through and dripped on your face as a child?
I think it'd probably be more like if they pissed. But yeah, it was cool when friends slept over, though, because they had a place to sleep.
You always made your friends sleep on top just in case they had a wet dream.
Well, what's funny was I always wanted the bunk beds to sleep on top, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I got them, I slept on top for like a year. I was like probably like 12, and like I guess I was like, you know, like the bunk bed was like close to, so like every morning I would fucking wake up and go to sit up in the bed, and I would fucking hit my head on the ceiling. So like after like probably like 6 months of that, I said fuck this, and I slept in the bottom. Yeah.
For a year you fucking got head trauma.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hell yeah. That's good shit. Fucking I was always afraid to sleep on the top because I always figured I'd roll off of it.
Yeah. See, they were removable, but mine was like a big wood, and it was all wood. It was like really well made, but mine actually had rails or whatever. I did sleep on the top bunk at a camp, just for a weekend or something, a camp I went to. Yeah, and I slept on the top with no rails, and like it was scary, but like yeah. But I mean, it like I know you always think that, but like how often have you actually rolled out of bed like on a normal bed? It's never happened, you know.
Probably like one time in my life.
Yeah.
Probably. I remember I did fall out of a bunk bed one time, but I don't think I was sleeping. I think I just accidentally rolled too
You just
far
rolled
over,
out.
forgetting I was on a bunk bed maybe.
Yeah.
That right there where they were looking at that slideshow and we see the love rock that was going to come into play
Yeah.
later on in the movie, and it has that pussy on the love rock that's shaped like a
It
heart.
does. It's obviously a pussy.
It showed Murph and he was like doing bubbles with his bubble gum,
Mm.
and like the way he like pushed his tongue out, I immediately thought of him like spitting in his hand and then just fucking ramming his hand up that pussy on that rock and just fucking going to town.
It's like Kill Bill Buck who came to fuck.
He makes it squirt like the fucking hoses right now on Junior.
Yeah. Yeah, I like when the little girl squirts Junior. Damn, she's hot. The nurse, not the little girl. Yeah, like when she like squirts him, and then there's a shot of the actual kid, like they're just like spraying easy, gentle water on him and doing a close up shot of him screaming. But then I like the shot of like whatever it is, the stunt double that goes blowing through the doors.
Amazing scene.
Yeah.
Fucking shooting Junior with a fire hose. She's been like done one fucking trick, two tricks so far in the movie, and she's already outdone fucking Junior with just one.
Yeah.
He's up for his match right now.
The John Ritter looks pimp, man, coming in with this fucking bomber jacket, this blue bomber jacket.
Exactly. I bet he fucking was that thing was actually light blue, but it's soaking wet from all the pussy juice.
Yeah, that gets flung onto him as he walks through the town.
Exactly. That motherfucker, that has to smell so good.
Yeah.
What was that sound? Was that on the movie or was that your stomach?
That was my reaction to what you said. No, I was like, I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but like, I don't know. It's like weird. It's like actual pussy smell. Like when you're a kid, everybody acts so grossed out by pussy smell. But like when you're a man, because it gets like kind of ingrained in your head that every time you smell that is when you're having sex. Like you end up actually liking it. It's weird.
Exactly. It's an amazing smell.
Yeah.
They need to sell it as scratch and sniff books for children, so that they know what it smells like. Exactly. Because they gotta know, like fucking sex ed booklets should come with that scratch and sniff card in there.
I like this one too, where like Junior's throwing the bread to the ducks or where they are and geese, and it's an obvious voiceover. He's like mocking his dad, how his dad was begging the nurse to go out with him, and she kept saying, "No, I can't. No, I can't." And he's like, "Oh, come on, please. How about tomorrow? How about the day after? Go to dinner with me."
Did he really have to do that? I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it was
fucking. Why was she so standoffish again?
It really never made sense because eventually she
oh.
just gives up. But like, yeah, it's like I think she's just embarrassed because she has such a problem child daughter.
It's because her daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
She chases off all the guys she likes.
Yeah, which would probably be a lot. No, I was about to say the biggest power chad move of all time was fucking Michael Douglas, who smoked cigarettes and fucking drank whiskey every day for 48 years. Then when he got throat cancer, he fucking blamed Catherine Zeta-Jones' pussy juice.
What a fucking idiot.
And then he said that, and then everybody ridiculed for him, and then they still stayed married. Like, how do you stay with a guy who says your pussy juice gave him throat cancer?
Do you think it was just one of those things where he's in denial? He was one of those guys that said, fucking that shit don't cause cancer. Fuck you.
Yeah, fucking smoking and drinking for 40 plus years. And then a woman he was married to for like 8 years.
Exactly.
Well, this is a weird thing with the town where they try to make it seem like it's like a 1950s town.
Yeah. I forgot this happened. I forgot about the scene where he pisses in the lemonade.
Really? Because this was like the number one thing I remembered from this movie.
Really? The number one thing I always remember, dude, it's insane how many fucking memorable things there are in this movie and how many of them you forget. Yeah. Because this movie has not only the cockroach scene, which is like, you think that would be like the big set piece of the movie, but no, it's got that scene where fucking he turns up the ride at the carnival and everybody throws up.
And everybody starts puking out tapioca pudding. Yeah.
That's the scene that was like ingrained in my head growing up. Like,
I know.
My cousins and stuff, when we watched the movie, they rewind it, and we just watched that scene where Murph fucking projectile vomits, and it looks so goofy.
I know. everybody's just like throwing up the same kind of oatmeal. Like everybody in the carnival ate the same shit and threw up the same shit.
The way he just did that fucking line, $2 from me.
Ooh.
Fucking, he could have played Mario in fucking Bob Hoskins shouldn't have. Yeah. Bob Hoskins shouldn't have.
I thought you were talking about the Chris Pratt shit. He should be playing them now.
Fucking, that would be ideal, but like, we can't wish for a perfect world. We can only fly so close to the sun.
We live in a society. Yeah. So I thought it was funny that the whatever they were, the little girls, like they're making lemonade and like they're selling it for money, but then like they never wanted to go refill it, so they're like Junior, and Junior's like, I'll refill it. And da 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 bang into the boat, and he's just pissing in it, and it's just like, and I'm just like, it's just such an obvious joke, and then their dad drinks the piss, and he's like, it's tiny, blah blah, and warm. It's like the lowest common denominator shit. Like, whereas the first movie was genuinely funny, I love how this one just tries to be as cringe as possible.
You think so? I think this is funny.
No, I mean, it's funny, but it's like, there's certain things like the puking and the drinking piss. Like, everything outside the puking and drinking piss.
Like gross out humor.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like the easiest shit. And then when they fucking... this movie and George Thorogood and the Destroyers bad to the bone. It's like fucking Pavlov's dog. How Pavlov would ring the bell before he gave the dog the fucking food so their mouth would water. This fucking movie plays bad to the bone, so you know something funny's about to happen.
I wonder if they why didn't they ask fucking AC/DC if they could use the song Problem Child? It's fucking it could have been the title track.
Hey, did you see that scene where John Ritter was in the shower and he made shampoo horns and he accidentally invented the hairstyle of the fire starter guy from Prodigy?
Fucking that is what fucking Kino. What fucking Kino.
Amazing.
If I ever write a book about this movie, it's going to be called What Fucking Kino. Like fucking like not like question mark, but like just as a statement. Like this shit is fantastic.
7 years before the fire starter video came out, John Ritter gave that guy the idea by putting it in this movie.
Here he's going out on the date with the old MTV VJ.
Yeah,
here.
Martha Quinn. Which I gotta say, she actually looks really hot in this scene, I think.
She's cute, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Stacy.
She looks super young, too.
Fucking remember when MTV was cool?
Yeah. Dude, I used to love MTV. I remember when I was so little that I didn't care about MTV and my dad would watch it all day and like my female cousins would come over and they would want to watch it all day because they didn't have cable or whatever. MTV was the shit. And then all of a sudden,
this one.
Like Martha Quinn gets electrocuted. Junior set up the porch to be electrocuted, and all of a sudden she turns into that fucking either a Beetlejuice character or the guy from Escape from New York who comes and gives the demands to release the president or whatever.
Fucking, you put that in black and white, it looks like a remake of fucking Bride of Frankenstein, I think.
And I was like, oh, this must be a wig or something they put on her head. But like, if you look at it, it looks like her real hair, at least part of it.
Like, you think they used their jizz?
They hit probably the whole crew, all the Teamsters. Now, why is fucking John Ritter still in his suit that he was going to wear on his date, but he's got his shoes off now? He's picking his toenails off. What the fuck's up with that?
Fucking, he's don't fucking question our boy. He's earned it.
Oh, I'm not. I've seen this movie before. I know how much pussy he gets in it. I'm not questioning. I'm just like,
we need fucking our boy Squirrely sitting next to him to eat his corns off.
Oh, yeah. Sure, but let me eat the bitter corn.
I want the corn.
I want the corn. They save it for me.
Have we done that movie on the show yet? Oh, yeah, we had.
Yeah,
we had our boy on for that one.
Yeah, we had our boy. That was one of the highest downloaded shows ever.
The way she flips him off and runs off is hilarious.
The way she runs is hilarious. She's like so tiny, she's just bouncing down the hallway. I don't even get why he stops at the girls' bathroom. But then he just goes right in like a second later.
Fucking he's ahead of the curve. He identified as female in those couple seconds, and he's like, I'm gonna go in now.
I wonder if girls' bathrooms are really like this, where they have double stalls like facing each other like that. I've never seen that in a bathroom.
Kino shit, man.
I like how they made a sign and put it in the bathroom that says "Student Council Meeting Wednesday." Like, fucking man, that's a narrow window there to make a sign.
This is a really fucking Wednesday. This is a really fucking memorable scene too, where they play the fucking Iggy Pop song.
Yeah.
There's so many great scenes in this movie.
I like how mean she is. I think the little girl's name is Daisy in the movie. She's
Daisy
like,
Ridley.
you better watch out. Like Junior does kind of seem like a bitch compared to her. Like she seems way tougher.
Exactly. He's very beta. She's got alpha energy
Yeah.
out the fucking yin yang.
Again, the lowest common denominator. Actually, it's not. It could have been actually gone lower, but she's like, I got this big M80, and she lights it and gives it to Junior. And he flushes it down the toilet. I love the cartoon flame going down the toilet too. But and all of a sudden we cut to the bald teacher guy, the evil principal of Back to the Future. He's like baby stepping down the hallway. He's got a shit really bad, and he's like, "This is gonna be so great. I'm gonna take this shit." And he just sits down. And of course, the M80 like blows up the toilet, and he flies up to the ceiling and spray water. And he's like, "Oh, that was so good." But like, does he think just because he got blown off the toilet that meant he actually did a shit or what?
Fucking I think that fucking the stuff with the M80 was like completely unrelated, and that was in a different fucking.
Also, it blew
together.
up like the toilet next to him down the hall,
Yeah.
and his shit just blew up the one.
His reaction is, so fucking stupid. So fucking stupid. Amazing.
I like this
They're
too.
selling.
They're selling the grandpa's clothes outside. I love that it took him as long as it did for him to realize it was his shit.
Yeah.
He was browsing for a good minute.
We haven't even mentioned yet that fucking dog was working so fucking often, split shifts, coming in here doing fucking Problem Child 2 in the day, doing episodes of Wishbone at nighttime.
Yeah,
Fucking, he was heavily worked. That K9.
he was. He really aged quickly, even for dog year standards.
Mm-hmm. Did you see his fucking like jugular vein poking out? I wanted to fucking like stab it. With
The
a pen.
grandpa?
No, Junior.
No, I didn't see it.
Sometimes I just see jugular veins popping out, and I get the urge to stab it with a pen.
Every time I see Junior, I just get jealous because I want that haircut.
Exactly. What a kid.
I know.
I said, what a kid. I said, what a kid. I meant to say, what a Kino haircut. So I just said, what a kid.
Yeah,
it
you
works.
did. What a kid.
What a kid.
I remember when I had that haircut. Everybody had that haircut, but like I was actually from earlier generation, so like they fucking had like the hair covering my ears completely. How did we ever hear anything back then with all that hair covering up our fucking ears?
Fucking, we didn't need to, baby.
No.
It was like we were in the bushes all the time.
I love that John Ritter's license plate is just personalized plate that says Junior's dad on it. That's like his whole identity is being this. Like he don't work a job, he don't have a woman, nothing. He's just this little fucker's dad. Adopted
Junior's
too.
dad.
Yeah.
He's such a fucking... What a movie's dad, man. He earns that #1 spot. I forgot that Luana doesn't even show up till halfway into the movie. Like she doesn't like take over their house. Like how often does that happen? Like a woman just moves in and just like fucking like just like, yeah, you're gonna date me, fucking I'm gonna take care of everything. Fucking but weird though. It's like she doesn't even ask if he's okay with it.
I don't even really get why she wants John Ritter so bad. Like, because at first we were joking around saying, "Oh, she wants to fuck him." She actually doesn't. She wants to marry him, which is weird because they say that she's worth $50 million. Like, why would a woman like that had that much like be so desperate just to marry some average ass guy with a bastard kid?
She sees the fucking Chad in him.
Here it is, baby, right here, the fake Chucky doll. See it?
The beginning of the fucking carnival scene.
Was this like the actual little whatever it's called, little buddy doll that they made Chucky a fake version of?
I think it
or
was,
My Buddy, whatever it was called.
My buddy.
My buddy and me. I remember I would see those commercials day and night, and I was still pretty young when they came out, and I had zero interest in that.
In this movie?
No, those dolls.
Oh, okay.
Like I was a little kid when those commercials on, and I never wanted one.
Did you see that fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene was on that sign?
She was. She was power squatting and holding handguns.
You gotta be as tall as a tentacle. I had like a moment where like fucking I saw a sign, or no, I was at work or something, and there was like something sticking out, like it was one of those things that like measure how tall you are, and I had flashbacks to being a kid and like not being tall enough yet to go on the rides. Or like I don't know if there was. I think there was just like one ride that I wasn't tall enough to go on, and it was like fucking every other one. It was just like fucking. I always thought Like, yeah, for some reason I always was taller than average. So that it didn't happen that often.
Yeah, I really didn't like start. I mean, I was one of those kids where like some kids grow steady. I did like those giant growth spurts,
Mm-hmm.
and
I
like
did too, yeah.
and like it was even halfway through high school, it was happening so much that like it was fucking up my knees. I had that thing where you're growing too fast and your knees hurt all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, it went away.
Fucking Murph just like, oh, is a baby wet his diapers? And he roundhouse kicks the head off of that fucking stand up. And like he got pretty he kicked him in the fucking neck. He got
He
his
did it, yeah.
foot pretty high.
And
One of the Ramones is controlling the ride there.
I thought that was it was Dee Ramone. I thought that was a little phony though that tough ass carnival guy just let Murph kick the head off his standee, whereas like before he was all hard ass not letting. I did like that line from Junior though where he's like stands up against the measuring thing. He's like oh, you're too short, and Junior goes, but it's only a millimeter.
That's literally how big my dick is.
That's literally me.
Exactly. Look, hanging out, having fun. This he could have got nailed with that puke. I just noticed. I never thought of that.
He was standing right there. Yeah, I like too how Junior goes to the controls for the ride supposedly, and like the arrow he pulls it up to, the level he pulls it up to is just like it says like danger level. It's like why would they build the ride to be at a dangerous level?
Exactly. They always got to do that in the movies, though.
Yeah.
High voltage. See, they could have licensed Problem Child by AC/DC. They'd have another song to cut to, not always the George Thorogood song.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to, but the George Thorogood song, they were just like maybe he really believed in the script and he was just like, fucking, I'll give it to you for free. You can play it as many times as you want.
He probably just gave them a bulk discount on the song.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like the more you actually play it, the cheaper it gets the license.
Exactly. That looks like fucking Corey Feldman right there.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, all the tapiocas are.
The fucking scorer in this scene.
Yeah. It's a great scene though, because like the footage of like the ride spinning is obviously artificially sped up, and then the shots of people sitting in the ride, like little whatever they are, buggies or whatever. It's like in front of like a projector screen. Like it's so cool looking.
That shot is so fucking epic looking.
Just everybody in the crowd, everybody getting nailed with the fucking puke.
I love seeing this shit in movies. Like fucking when it like I remember the first time I watched Detroit Rock City, the scene where this kind of puking shot showed up. I was just like fucking. For some reason, I love that you can see the hose behind a lot of them too. If you look to the side.
I wonder if that happened over the weekend at like a baseball stadium or something. How everybody was drinking all that Bud Light, and then they saw that commercial with that girl on it, and then everybody started puking up their Bud Light like that all over each other. That would have been fucking awesome.
This is so gross if you think about that.
Those two people just leaning over, puking on their kid, and the kid had his head down like, no more.
That's when the movie hits like a fucking peak almost.
Which did it first, that scene or the shit in the Sandlot where they try to chew tobacco on a spinning ride and then they start barfing everywhere like that?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. I thought the Sandlot was maybe a year before this, and now I think it might have been a year after it. But either way, somebody was stealing that genius Kino. Fucking Werner Herzog, if he was smart, would craft a whole story in a movie around that scene happening, like all his characters, all his stories, like it all interweaves into this moment where these 22 people get on a ride together and puke all over each other.
Fucking yeah, Warner, you idiot.
Warner, get off your fucking... Stop making the Cave of Dreams in 3D and fucking make Pukey Co. the spinning ride.
Fucking stop being a fucking coward. Make fucking Problem Child 3.
There was this extraordinary event, many who could not recall, and it was at an amusement park in Tennessee in the 1800s. People got on a swirling whirly-derby of tremendous force. It was tremendous force, and they all vomited their tapioca. It was quite remarkable and something I'll never forget.
Exactly. That would he could just make it like a fucking documentary, and I would watch it.
Yeah.
Look
You
at
ever
this.
see the one about the guy who got ate by the bear? This is very
Yeah.
tremendous footage of your husband getting eaten by a bear. You should never watch this. I am now going to destroy the footage after I watched. Timothy was eaten by the bear. I saw it. I saw the animal shit him out, and I will now
watched it.
destroy the footage.
Did he say shit about?
No, he didn't say that. He did tell her, though, that he was going to destroy the footage now, though.
Exactly. Would you call the cops if you came home and your house was like this? Or would it just be like, well, fucking, she's got a lot of money and she wants to have sex?
What's weird though is it was all decorated blue and red by him, and then she just came in and made it more red. But like, I would be pissed because dude, he probably spent $50,000 buying those pool tables and a projector and shit back then. Wasn't cheap. Like he had that place tricked out, like super fucking. It was like an amusement park in there, and she just came in and did all this ugly fucking, I don't know what you call it, explosion of terrible decorating.
It's literally like he was the original Nightmare on Elm Street, and she is Nightmare on Elm Street 2 in all the sequels, bringing in the red, changing the blue door to the red door.
They should have filmed an alternate version where he just is like, he's all into her and he just like fucks her like right here. He takes her upstairs and fucks her, and then she's like, "We have to get rid of Junior," and then like he unadopts him and sends him back to the orphanage.
That would have made the movie so much better.
I know, and then the rest of the movie is just the grandpa like living off her money and like loving it and shit.
Junior like fucking living in the orphanage again.
Yeah. Like Junior's totally fucked, and like Junior's really at that age at this point that like nobody will adopt him.
And then we got it set up for part 3 where he starts fucking riding the bow tie killer again, and he's like, I want to team up. We're gonna fucking kill my dad. We're both gonna go after him. See, fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe, they could be rebooting this franchise right now.
Oh, they could right now.
They're too fucking stupid.
They are too fucking stupid. They're like, maybe we can figure out the 25th screenplay in a row where a woman discovers her power and becomes the hero, not that we need, but that we deserve. It's like, okay, whatever.
Fucking change it to the mom and the son. And Junior can be a fucking girl too. Fucking make the series.
Make it about a daughter and a fucking mom or whatever.
Exactly.
This is funny that their mailbox is just a recreation of their actual house.
That is funny.
And it's such a
Pretty
bad
female.
prop. Did you notice when the mail person like opened it up, it was all wobbly and shit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck, did you see it said Healy 9/11?
It did.
Fucking this movie predicted 9/11.
It didn't predict it. It made it. It manifested it.
The Saudis,
Yeah.
whoever it was. It wasn't the Saudis, was it? I don't remember. Who it was.
Actually, yeah, it was the Saudis. But the problem is,
Probably.
like, that was what caused all that big shit. It was the Saudis, but then Bush tried to pretend like it was the Iraqis, I guess.
Oh yeah. See, I was remembering the fucking the fake
Yeah.
blue pill version.
The loose change documentary.
Yeah. This is another fucking terrific scene where he fucking.
Yeah.
This is more great absurdist humor.
Yeah.
Like let's have a scene where fucking Junior gets so bored that he starts just fucking around and he tries to fucking I kept thinking that was a weed leaf on the medallion.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was like, oh, it's dank. He's got a weed medallion.
It's just the lighting hitting it. But like fucking like yeah, he literally gets Nippy into a trance and he turns into a stuffed animal basically.
Yeah, I actually felt bad, and like because Nippy turns into like he's trying to say like, oh, I'm going to hypnotize you so you'll stay very still until LaWanda comes and then you'll jump up and attack her. But I think the problem was like Nippy just never saw LaWanda. You know what I mean?
That's probably what it was. He fucked up. He wasn't even paying attention.
It's like that's fine, but then you have to go put Nippy's corpse in front of LaWanda so he'll come alive and attack her.
Yeah.
But instead, he just got bored. He's like, "Oh, you're just a rock now," and he just tosses him into the fucking garbage.
He throws him away.
Yeah, he just threw him away.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? Fucking Reba McEntire as LaWanda.
Oh, that would have been so hot.
Whenever they remake the second one from the Marvel Universe.
I was thinking Jennifer Lawrence. Have you seen that new trailer she's in where she gets hired to fuck a 19-year-old boy, and she's like, "Sure, I'll do it."
Fucking, they don't make movies like that. I am stoked.
I know. I can't wait.
Another Milk Money type of movie.
It is.
That's what we need.
And then like Junior comes to his room and LaWanda like threw away all his space age shit and made it all a clown room, which we know he hates.
I love, I love that he has pet cockroaches that he just had throughout the whole.
They're like it's like an ant farm, but it's like a dollhouse filled with cockroaches.
Why would you ever let that kid have that?
Which is amazing. I
That's
saw
how
it
great of a
last night and
dad.
I wanted to have it.
That's how great of a dad John Ritter is.
Yeah.
He knows he's a problem child, but he's like, yeah, have a roach
Yeah,
motel.
What could go wrong with this shit?
Exactly. I think he's like secretly like a sadist, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of a fetish thing for him. He wants his son to fuck up his like getting pussy and shit.
Well, it's like one of those things. Like if you trap your wife and you're like, you can't go here, you can't do this because you might cheat. They're just gonna want to cheat more. So it's like he lets him have the cockroaches. He's like, I'm letting you have the cockroaches. Like you could pull a prank, or you could pull a stunt, and But it's like he's trusting if he gives them the cockroaches, he won't release them.
Mm-hmm. Do we get a shot of a cockroach in between her boobies?
I think we do. Because I think that's when we're at climax last night.
It gets in between her boobies and she uses her tits to squish it, and all that juice comes out of it.
I like how they act like she just ate a cockroach, and then all of a sudden the cockroach is like, instead of being in the salad she chewed up, it's all of a sudden on her face.
Oh my god, this is fucking scene.
This is like the recreation of the end of the original Creepshow movie where that dude was in that room with all those cockroaches.
They're fucking on her face. She doesn't even know.
What's funny is the mixture of like real cockroaches that are clearly crawling around and John Ritter stepping on, like for real, like he just splatted some real ones right there. You could tell the real ones getting splatted, and the combination of the obviously plastic ones. Like why even have the plastic ones if like, because like there's only a few plastic ones. The majority of them are real cockroaches. Oh yeah, that's where he laid down in the cockroaches.
Yeah, he had to have killed a couple.
Yeah.
Maybe at this point PETA didn't care about cockroaches.
They probably didn't. Their reach of understanding loving animals didn't go down to cockroach level at that time.
I don't know why they care about cockroaches now. Cockroaches are disgusting.
I mean, especially too because cockroaches will survive everything. So like, say you have cockroaches, right? Like at your house or your apartment building or whatever. Like you can kill billions and billions of them, put all these traps out, right? Like the next spring or whatever, like cockroaches will just be back. Like, you know what I mean? I love the back of his jacket. It's so gross. Like that was actually the back of his jacket is actually what grossed me out the most in this whole movie.
That's a great gag when he turns around.
I know. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the production of this movie. So like, I always thought the reason they made this sequel so fast was like the studio was like, hey, this was cheap to make and it made a lot of money. The first one made a lot of money. But actually, the writers of the original one, they're like, hey, we had a hit. We want to have another hit. Let's do a sequel. And Universal was like, nah, we're not going to do a sequel to Problem Child. And they're like, why not? They're like, this fucking kid's going to grow up too quick. Like, we're not going to take time to develop a movie and then he's just going to be too old. So that's why they were like, oh, let's do it super fast. And the writers were so pissed at the studio for like the way they were treating them that they intentionally wrote the movie to be as gross and like lowbrow as possible, and they said they basically handed in like they're trying to make a John Waters movie, and that like the guy when he did a podcast interview like a few years ago, he revealed that like that the original one, I think it's like this scene actually right here because I noticed in this scene Junior says something that's obviously dubbed, was the original cut of it actually got an R rating. And they had to replace Junior telling John Ritter that he was too pussy whip on LaWanda. And like he said, I forget what he said. I don't have the subtitles on my version, but he said something real weird, like a real word. He's like, you're blah, blah, blah. Like I can't remember what it was. It was another word, but he was like, you're perumpt or something. I don't know what he said, but yeah, it was like literally taking the word pussy whipped out got the lower rating.
Fucking his science project is fucking Kino. That's Chad.
Dude, I laughed when they showed the teacher in the big diaper. Okay, does he still think that shit just blew his ass out? He doesn't realize a firecracker went off up his ass.
Yeah. I hope so. I hope that he's that fucking Chad that he would fucking think that.
Yeah.
The puppet show scene.
Yeah, I love the puppet show scene.
Does she have him fuck? That's what I would have done.
Yeah, so these kids are putting on a puppet show, like they're hiding behind the thing, the puppets, but then like you notice like the hands, like the puppets get pulled down and then they pop back up. There's like a scuffle, then they pop back up, and it's obviously a different voice, which it does sound like Junior's doing the puppet show with her, like they're teaming up. but it turns out it's actually just the girl doing the voices. And then, like, yeah, she tied up her classmates to take over the puppet show.
It does sound like Junior and her.
It
She's doing
does.
both voices.
It's weird,
I wonder if they did that to switch it around, make us think it really is Junior.
I guess they're just like, nobody's going to call us out on Problem Child 2 for, playing,
Exactly. When you said that, they wanted to make it like a John Waters movie, it fucking hit me. Like, that's exactly what it is. I could never, like, kind of pinpoint it before, but, like, that's perfect description of it, yeah.
I don't know if studios would really want to make a this lowbrow of a comedy nowadays.
Exactly.
Because everybody around the studios now thinks that it's their job to reprogram America and teach us valuable lessons.
Oh yeah, fucking apparently that's how it's kind of ended up working, which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Apparently, so I guess they're like fucking. I guess we're gonna take that to heart now or something.
Yeah. I actually like that. I don't really watch movies to be entertaining anymore. I like to be lectured too about what's right and what's wrong.
Exactly. The age of entertainment is gone.
Yeah, the age of edutainment is here.
Mm-hmm. Now fucking everything you got to watch 18 movies in a series to follow it.
Well, I'm kind of fucked too with those shitty Marvel movies. I really, really, really did not like those TV shows they made, and now it's like, get ready for the Marvels. I'm like, okay, but like, in order to know who's who and where they came from, now I got to go back and watch a TV show Miss Marvel that I didn't want to watch. Like, that's like the most ass backwards way. Is that I got to go watch 8 hours of shit I don't want to watch now to go watch a 2-hour movie. I'm like, I think I'm maybe going to tap out on it.
Exactly. You watch good films, some good Kino, like The Whale. Did you watch The Whale yet?
I haven't seen The Whale yet, but I was watching some. The other night I was watching some classic Kino with Ryan Gosling. I was watching Only God Forgives.
Fucking, do you like that movie? I've never seen it.
I didn't know what to think of it the first time I seen it when it came out, but I watched it again yesterday or the other day, and it's like, yeah, it's actually really fucking good.
I've always heard that that's too pretentious, people say.
It's actually not pretentious because there's like no deeper meaning in it. It's just very fucking slow paced. It's just like about this guy who's a cop who's like basically going to kill everybody in the movie one by one.
Mm. We're seeing the scene where fucking the grandpa discovers Nippy.
I love the Nippy doll that they made too. It's so creepy. It looks plastic, but yet it's got like little hairs glued to it.
Why don't these fucking prop memorabilia making sites make the fucking replica Nippies?
By the way, like, you can supposedly buy like critters off Amazon that look just like the ones in the movie for like $40, and I'm like, yeah, I'm calling bullshit on this. Like, if you order this, it's like from some weird Chinese company too. I was like, if you order this, it's gonna be some ugly fucking. It probably won't even be a critter. Probably be a fucking munchie.
Motherfucking thing come out looking like bootleg critter.
Bootleg, fucking a ghoulie.
Yeah,
the one that went to college that had the fur on.
Yeah, fucking that's so funny because like they did get more bootleg looking and ghoulies go to college just because like now they're different effects.
Yeah.
But like fucking, I always thought the original ones looked more like the sliminess of that fucking green one and shit like that.
Yeah, because the green one he was crawling through the pipes of the toilet.
I'm kind of shit talking our boy John Carl Buechler's effects, but fucking they look good. But he needed to make it slimier.
I mean, I don't think it's really his fault because like the movies where he had more money look better. So probably just didn't.
Oh, did he do the first ones too?
I don't know, but like he did like the awesome Jason suit for Jason 7, where he's like a zombie and you can see all his bones coming through the meat and shit. So
exactly. This is the scene where fucking. Basically, he puts his foot down. Our boy John Ritter, he's like, fucking listen, Junior, I'm going to fuck LaWanda, and I'm going to fuck her right on your bed.
He does tell him that. And I look at the armrest in this car. Like, it's so big. Like, I love how it's, like, luxurious. It has that roll-up part. I remember some car my mom had that.
I keep thinking, like, man, what is it this kid does that is the final straw that snaps John Ritter? And it's just like he has to keep upping him. So like, every one of these is like something that would fucking like would have made like a real parent just like fucking get rid of you, disown you.
Well, I love too that like John Ritter's the problem child of this movie because he just wants to go fuck this movie. Isn't this funny that all of a sudden they show these like gay dog catchers, and he's like oh like do you have a dog that has a problem? We hear there's rabies in this neighborhood. He's like, oh, I'll go get the dog. And like when Junior goes in, all of a sudden the one dog catcher wants to fuck the other one real bad. And he's like, no, not here. We have to be professional. And like I know people are probably hearing this thinking like, oh, they're just joking. It's like no, like these two guys in this fucking whatever PG kids movie, they really wanted to fuck. So I mean,
forgot that happened. I always forget about it.
For all the diversity and inclusion that's going on in beautiful year of our Lord 2023, fucking Problem Child 2 is blowing your ass out of the water because Disney is talking about possibly they're thinking about conceiving in the future having the first gay couple in one of their films for the first time in fucking 18 movies because it's like meanwhile Problem Child 2 is like these guys they drive around they are fake dog catchers, they tell you to eat puppy chow and then they fuck when they're like in between jobs.
Oh my god, this is so much just a fucking John Waters movie.
It is.
I never noticed. I
think it's funny too that like what's his name? What's the dog's name? Zippy? What is it? Nippy. Yeah, Nippy. He basically his problem is he can't shit, so they give him a bowl of like dog shit, like the puppy chow or dog chow, whatever it is. Like it looks like shit, and then it makes him shit instant. Look at that. It looks like a pile of fucking Oogie Boogie's worms from Nightmare Before Christmas. All the fucking look. Where was all these snakes Nippy was eating that he had his shit out?
It's just, like the fact that it just becomes like an infomercial almost, where it's like they're fucking talking about.
They're talking in the camera saying you should buy. I like to like Junior's like, what's in that box you got there? It says danger on it. And they said, oh, these are rabid blood samples. And then like they get they act like they're going to drive away. Somehow all of a sudden we talk about a leap of faith. We have to believe that Junior, because John Ritter and LaWanda were going to do their blood test so they could get married. All of a sudden, he steals the rabid blood. He sneaks into like the fucking county commissioner of health or whatever the fuck this is office. He switches the blood. Like all this happens off camera. Like we could have done a good 20-minute scene of Junior sneaking into the health board to replace the fucking blood samples.
Exactly. Fucking that's what a Kino Chad would have done. I think they wanted to do that, but like fucking they were just so pressed for time making the movie. That shot of the fucking rabid dog, fucking blood underneath the microscope.
Yeah, it was a cartoon of like some snake heads and shit.
It almost seems like ironic, like they wanted it to look as bad as possible, and then just like his reaction is even funnier because he goes, "Whoa,
whoa." Yeah, like I mean, to be fair, if I looked into a microscope and saw a cartoon too, I would fall off my chair. So
exactly, very, very Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, and then these paramedic guys come in. They see LaWanda. She's got she's eating a cupcake. She got frosting on her mouth. They think she's foaming at the mouth. That was very Chad.
Fucking, do you think Junior had that plan too? He got the cupcake there to give to LaWanda.
The another deleted scene was he was actually underneath the coffee table there. She wasn't even going to eat the cupcake, and then he like reached up and handed it to her, and is that what made her eat it? I like that drawing he did of Teen Wolf that was supposed to be LaWanda as if she turned into a wolf.
I forgot. I'm laughing at the movie because I didn't get a chance to watch it before we did this. I've been so fucking busy this last couple. Man. Yeah,
that's okay. And then I made you do the show Sick tonight too. So
fucking not sick, just fucking. I was real bummed out before we started. Good thing.
I was gonna say, baby, I was like, if you're bummed out, like, don't sit around and just be bummed out the rest of the night. Watch Problem Child 2, do a commentary for the half-ass movie graveyard, and then you'll be feeling better.
This fucking movie it's hard to be fucking sad watching this movie.
I'm not gonna lie. I was exhausted when I finished watching it last night. And it totally, sometimes you just get really tired and mentally you kind of feel shitty too. You're like, oh man, life sucks. I feel shitty. But watching this actually pepped me up.
Fucking this, I'm gonna go ahead and say, fucking people say Citizen Kane is like a fucking great movie. I think we've already surpassed Citizen Kane, and we did.
Oh yeah.
This movie has a 4.6 on IMDb. It's so or 4.8.
Yeah.
That is insane.
That's just those review bombing critics, though. Professional critics in this country, they try to ruin everything. Yeah, so there's this crazy guy in the hallway, not in the hallway, but in the hospital room across the hallway from the Wanda's room. And his thing is he's going into the regular hospital to have plastic surgery because he wants the most giant Pinocchio nose, like impossible. So, of course, Junior switches the thing, even though like the drawing was clearly of a man getting the surgery, but the doctor's like, oh, this is the person getting the surgery. Again, like 20 minutes were cut out where we don't show that they perform plastic cosmetic surgery on LaWanda against her will, and nobody, like, she wasn't even scheduled for her surgery. Obviously, she was just recovering from having rabies, and they're like, oh, she's just here to fucking get a giant nose.
Fucking, I wish it was that easy to get healthcare in this country.
I know.
You got to sign so much paperwork.
I know.
Fucking insurance companies, all this bullshit. This is another fucking terrific, memorable scene too.
Yeah, the pizza place. I have to say, this pizza sauce, like, this is actually kind of what grossed me out the most.
This is the most disgusting pizza in cinematic history.
Because, like when they start having this pizza fight here, yeah, it's like the pizza sauce is actually made out of red KY jelly.
Basically, to get the effect, they just, they weren't really concerned about how the pizza looked. It was just all about getting the effect whenever it's like they're peeling it off their face and shit. It literally is reminiscent of the cockroach scene from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, where the fuck her skin comes off and the cockroach is underneath. Like when this lady, this young lady that's fucking on a date with Gilbert Godfrey for some reason.
She's such a bimbo too with her giant tits out. Yeah.
Fucking Stacy, big Kino.
It makes you realize that like of all the people in this movie, like the guy you probably actually really want to be is Gilbert Godfrey.
Mm-hmm. He's the King Chad.
Okay. Junior, I'm gonna pass you on to the 6th grade so I could go fuck some young girls. Okay, Junior. Okay.
He's so Chad.
He's super fucking Chad.
The fact that that's not his real voice, I didn't know that for the longest time.
Me too. Like, because he actually started out, I mean, obviously he was a comedian shit, but I started seeing him in commercials and shit when I was a kid. And I remember me and my dad always being like, God, that guy's so obnoxious. Why they cast him, And like, fucking, he just made that voice so he could make millions of dollars. That's so fucking Chad.
He said one of my favorite lines in the movie that I always remember, his reaction to getting a meatball thrown at him by Junior. He says, "You obnoxious kids, you should be locked in cages."
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Lines. And he blows the KY out of his mouth. Oh,
it's so gross. It's so gross.
Speaking of cages, we forgot to mention Junior's his whatever circus bed. He's like is actually a cage that he gets locked into at night to sleep in. I think they show it later.
I can't imagine. Like, I love fucking pizza, but I can't imagine eating this pizza.
I actually had pizza for lunch.
I literally can't imagine like ever. Just like something that would look like that on my face. Oh God! Like chili. Like what is that?
Imagine like just lifting it up to your like mouth to eat it, and it smells like white jelly.
Exactly.
It just literally becomes a scene of an entire restaurant of people throwing pizza, throwing spaghetti on each other.
Junior kind of has one of the most cinematic laughs of all time.
He does. Imagine if they could have done an R-rated version of Problem Child where Junior actually cussed. How awesome that would be.
Mm-hmm. Fucking they fuck him and the.
That's what it seemed like it was like going to happen here. Yeah.
I can't even fucking bring myself to say it.
No, don't say it. Junior's teeth are so good in this too. The little girl's actually a good actress. She's like, I hate every guy that my mom goes out with, but your dad's actually not that bad.
Fucking that scene where they were fucking, he mimed like he was throwing something in her face, and she knelt back, and you could see her boobies outlined in her shirt.
She wears some sexy shit in this movie.
She's very Stacy.
Amy Yazbek is very hot. We cannot deny that. Us stating it or us denying it does not change the truth of it.
Exactly. This is the thing he does that fucking breaks the camel's back, right? When he switches and makes her get he doesn't even know this happens.
Nobody does. LaWanda didn't even know. She's waking up, grabbing the bandages off her face. She doesn't even know that she had plastic surgery today.
John Ritter never finds out this happened.
He never sees her. Yeah, with her baby. Yeah. He probably would still marry her anyway, though. He was such a dick.
He shows up. She shows up already with it fixed.
I feel. Yeah, I know. I feel like the reason they should have wrote it, like how they should have wrote it, would have been like the reason he gives in and agrees to marry LaWanda is he's just tired of fucking all the other moms of the school or like where they live, and because at first the nurse wouldn't go out with him because she was afraid what her daughter would do to John Ritter. And that's how they should have wrote it, where he's just into submission. He's like, all right, I'll just marry LaWanda, just get it over with. I'm tired of fucking all these lame single moms here.
His dick is literally too sore at this point.
Yeah.
Like he's developed like some weird reaction to coming so much. Yeah. Like his urethra is like stiff and like it's starting to like fucking I don't know, get crusty or something. So he's got to stop.
He's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the documentary where he's always like, go to the gym, I'm coming. I go here, I'm coming. Like that's literally John Ritter. Like he can't even go get ice cream without like the sales girl like blowing him. And he's like, fuck, I just want to scoop. Like his dick. So it's like that thing of like either when you're a kid and you that's actually how men get AIDS from having sex with women is if you fuck too much, like too often, too many women, but also just even with the same woman. Like the actual skin rubs off on your dick, like on the sides usually, and it creates what they call a micro tear of your penis skin, and like that's how the AIDS virus gets in from the vaginal secretion.
Oh yeah,
that probably would have happened to John Ritter in this movie.
I can only come when I'm contracting AIDS now.
Yeah.
I'm so.
You ever see that?
That was such a dumb joke. I had to just jump over you.
You ever see all those AIDS commercials they got on? Well, actually, technically they're not AIDS commercials, but the commercials they're always on YouTube. And like it's like a drug you take to like actually prevent, like pretty much somehow make it impossible for you to catch AIDS. And there's always this one guy. He's like HIV is not a concern for me. I'm like, oh, okay.
King.
He is a fucking king.
I still want to see a giant Murph come in and fucking lick his finger, like 3 fingers, and shove it up there and just start going.
Yeah, the Love Rock, as they call it. It's like this asteroid that fell years ago in the town, and like it's got the heart carved out of it, but it's like glowing red from the inside. Like, how radioactive is this shit? After 50 years, it still glows red in the middle of the night.
They go up to it, and he asks it to fucking kill LaWanda, basically, because he doesn't want his dad to marry LaWanda.
Yeah, he's like, please, he's like, Love Rock, please. I mean, it's so sad. Both kids put their hands on it, and they're like, please let our parents fall in love and get married. Like, they just want their parents to be together. And I'm just like,
how, like, this is so absurd. Like, fucking, the fact that they thought to put that in the movie, it's such a, like, an iconic image. Like, first of all, he's wearing the red raincoat from fucking Don't Look Now. Is he a midget, or is that fucking Junior? The fucking...
It could be both. But, like, it was that scene where the kids go up to touch the Love Rock and make the wish. That's at that point, that's when I knew the screenwriting was getting really good in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Fucking, this is good. What else did they go on to write? I have to know.
I don't know. I should have looked their shit up. Yeah, see, like, he looks at Junior's, like, that's a cage. Like, there's no way Junior can get in and out of that. It's just bars and cage.
Despite all of his rage.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a junior in a cage. Ow, who will say that my dad will marry LaWanda and say, wow, don't.
Yes. Fucking, our boy, Joey Corrigan. What is that his name?
Yeah, that's his name. Joey Corrigan.
Joey Corrigan?
No, it's Billy Corrigan.
He should have showed up in this movie.
Do you know you actually can't call... He doesn't allow people to call him Billy Corrigan anymore?
He doesn't? Is it like Prince with the symbol?
So, well, no. It's even worse. Like, you have to call him by his full name now. Like, everything that he puts out refers to himself as William Patrick Corrigan.
Why?
I guess he wants us to know his... Like, I kind of get wanting to go from Billy to William if, like, your name is actually William, you know what I mean? But, like, to throw in the middle name, too, is so ridiculous.
Fucking, we've known you all this time, Billy.
Yeah,
fucking, imagine if Billy Joel changed his name all of a sudden. Fucking, like,
to Joey Joel.
I'm William Patrick.
Yeah, I'm William Patrick Joel. The world is a vampire.
I found this fucking awesome design of a Billy Joel shirt. It's made to look like a Black Flag shirt. Like,
Oh, that's I
because
actually
the
like
Black
Billy
Flag,
Joel.
yeah,
I
the
have a
Black
couple of his
Flag
early
logo.
albums. They're not bad.
Hell yeah, Kino shit.
His
Very
big hits
Kino.
do suck, like Uptown Girl. Like, don't get me wrong, that shit is pure trash.
I like that song. Okay, I like that song. Okay. It's not
Just
my
an
favorite.
Uptown Girl. It's like,
He's
okay.
one of those. He's one of those guys that like can still hit those high notes too. Like as he got older.
Yeah.
From the most recent shit I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's still, good.
Fucking usually like people who sing high when they're younger, they fucking kick themselves for that because it's like they're only gonna be able to do that so long. Like once they get older, they gotta tune down all their shit and fucking not him though.
Yeah, our boy Geddy Lee as he got older, he had to have testicles removed to keep the voice high.
Fucking wouldn't surprise me. Like fucking like Marilyn Manson got one of his ribs removed to suck his testicles. I would fucking just get my testicles removed and put them in my mouth.
Fucking Marilyn Manson, if he was smart, instead of having his ribs removed so he could bend over and suck his own dick, he should have just had his dick transplanted to his chin, so then it'd just be easier to put his dick in his own mouth.
Exactly. Just put your dick in your mouth. It's always in there. It's always wet and moist.
Yeah. It's like a bacteria farm that's always enjoyable. It's like going back to our boy Joey Corrigan. I actually just randomly came across a Howard Stern clip where he was talking about like when he was writing all his early good songs, like nobody ever liked him, like in his management team in the record company. So he actually wrote that song. I always like reversing, get it fucked up. Whatever it is, Bullet with Butterfly Wings, the fucking The World is a Vampire. He actually wrote that to intentionally write a dumb fucking rock song to be like, okay, you fuckers want me to do dumb power chord rock shit, and then they loved it and they're like, just keep making that song, just keep making that song.
Genius.
Yeah.
Fucking genius. The fucking best songs are whenever the artists are trying to make intentionally bad songs to get dropped by their label or whatever. Fucking.
Well, that's kind of what happened with this movie, baby. The writers were pissed off, so they made it as filthy as they could. And now you love it.
Exactly. Fucking. Basically, at this point, fucking Junior, everybody, they're at the wedding. Lawanda showed up. He tried to trip her so that the dad would see her before he said I do, and she's so fucking rich, she already had that nose job atrocity fixed overnight.
She told you because when she took the veil off, Junior's like, ha ha, look at her big nose, and she's normal, and she's like, yeah, I paid triple time plastic surgery. Could you imagine like how good that healing factor? Like she has Wolverine's healing factor to keep healing like within hours of major cosmetic surgery.
Fucking, and then our girl shows up with the fucking love rock on a what's that called, the
tractor,
forklift?
yeah, baby,
tractor. And then fucking it's like a critter ball coming at us. Wouldn't that be funny if the pussy on that thing was leaving a puddle every time it got on the ground? He's fucking.
Why does the priest like jump into the water fountain? Like, is there nowhere else he could have run to get out of the way of the giant boulder coming?
Fucking, it's not just a boulder, baby. It's a rock too.
It's a love rock, yeah.
Like with a pussy on it.
With the one that you can fuck.
If John Waters had directed this, she would have like survived because the pussy would have been big enough. She would have fucking slid right into it.
Exactly. Like at the end of the movie where they're like.
What's that movie where it ends? Fucking the John Waters movie where it ends with fucking Johnny Knoxville flying up into the sky and coming, literally.
Oh, I always wanted to see that. You spoiled it for me now. I think that's Low Down Dirty Shame. Yeah.
Exactly. Basically, we talked over the ending. Basically, it happens really fast.
They just for some reason, what's his name? Even though he was in love with the little girl's mom, the nurse, like all of a sudden he just was still going to marry Lawanda. What the fuck is wrong with John Ritter in this movie?
It was basically played off like it was just happening so fast, and he wasn't like he didn't know what to do.
But he went and got dressed up in the tux and everything, and went to the wedding. And just like, oh
yeah, it's played very cartoony. It's played very cartoony.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, like it went from even being like a silly comedy movie to being all that talk of that nose job though. Like it was weird. Like I remember. Kind of early on, I think this shit was called the Chop House on Sunset, Me and my boy were hanging out and we were talking to a girl. And she was all like, you have a weird accent. Where are you from? She's like, yeah, I can hear it in your voice. But anyway, she's like, I'm from Pennsylvania because I'm from Ohio originally. And all of a sudden she started telling us, she's like, yeah, I had my nose done and I did it back in Pennsylvania because it was cheaper there and blah, blah. And I'm like, why would you like, this is the first and only time I ever talked to this girl. She was kind of weird. She's one of those girls that will like talk to you for half an hour in a bar and then her boyfriend comes up and is just like, why were you talking to us this whole fucking time? But it's like, yeah, it was like one of those things, and me and my buddy were like, yeah, like whatever, like, is one of us gonna fuck you? Like, how does this work? But like, if you meet somebody for the first time and you have no frame of reference of what they used to look like before their plastic surgery, why would you admit to having plastic surgery?
Yeah. I never would.
No.
I guess some people don't.
It's like if I had a fucking hair transplant to make my hair better, like I wouldn't be like going around like, hey, yeah, you like my hairstyle? Yeah, oh, it's all fake,
Yeah. I love, that's a great ending.
It is.
Fucking, the grandpa's like, why the fuck aren't you going to marry LaWanda? She's loaded. He's like, you like her so much, you marry her. He's like, oh yeah, I will.
Like, and then LaWanda is willing to marry him. That's what's fucked up. It's just like, oh, we could have cut through this shit. Yeah, so then they throw another M80 in this giant, like 6 foot tall wedding cake. It makes it into a rocket. Like you actually see like multiple rocket things propelling out the bottom of it, it falling up, and then the grandpa and LaWanda become covered in, like, actually not just covered, but like they're actually kind of trapped inside this giant wedding cake.
Exactly. And then it shows them walking off as a happy family as the credits roll. It's a great ending. I love it.
Nippy was played by Barclay. He really was working hard though, because usually whenever there's an animal in a movie, there's like 3 or 4, especially dogs. They always get 3 or 4 different dogs to try to play the same one. It's like this was all the same dog the whole time. Like all them big shits he did that were covered in Oogie Boogie worms. Yeah.
You're not supposed to play with dolls. Barkley dolls are for girls. And that line from Child's Play 3.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if that's the line. I couldn't remember it, really.
The only line I remember from Child's Play 3 is like, Chucky's gonna be a bro.
Hell yeah.
Fucking cringiest fucking dialogue ever.
Well, they needed to make a movie where Chucky actually is able to possess a fucking child, and he immediately pulls his cock out and measures it to see how big it is.
I'm stuck with this tiny dick.
Fucking, that's what we needed.
Is it just me, or did Child's Play just devolve into like the worst shit ever as it went on and on?
I'm watching that TV series.
Are you?
Yeah.
Did you learn any life lessons about members of our community?
It's very goofy, but fucking, it's something to watch. It's something to
watch. I actually want, believe it or not, I actually want to watch it just because I like Jennifer Tilly. Like, I miss her.
Fucking Jennifer Titty.
Fucking Jennifer Stacy.
Jennifer
The only 63-year-old woman I want to fucking motorboat me.
Fucking, I want to motorboat with plenty 63-year-old women.
Yeah. Who else?
Fucking, that's when they're at their prime.
I would agree with that.
This fucking song jams.
It does.
Save my love, save my love.
It's like a really generic late 80s, early 90s movie end credits song. So, just some guy being like, oh,
oh, yeah. Fucking, they had that great Bryan Adams song starting it out.
Yeah, they did.
They need another Bryan Adams song. They should have played the fucking, you know it's true.
Everything I do, I do it for you.
What was the song he had that was in Jack?
Oh, I think that was I'm 40 years old in kindergarten. I end up fucking my teacher accidentally. Because I'm Jack. You know what always blows me away by Jack? I've never like sat down and watched. I've just seen parts of it on cable. I'm pretty fucking sure Francis Ford Coppola made Jack.
I think he did, yeah.
Like I think he was about to lose. By the way, I can't believe there's a fucking Joe Satriani song in this movie. But yeah, like I think he was about to lose his fucking what do you call it, vineyard or whatever, where he makes the wine. So he needed to pay some bills, so he made Jack.
I love Jack.
Yeah,
I think it's a good movie.
Look, they got the Universal Studios Florida sign logo at the end. Let you know they filmed it there, babe.
I love that the credits are gold.
I know, they're actually pretty to look at. I actually miss when movies have good credits. Like now when I watch credits of movies, man, like it's like the whatever text or whatever is like, you can tell it's just like computer, you know what I mean, like computer program. Whereas like this, like somebody had to actually, because this is all in a different font, somebody actually had to sit there and like make this shit, draw all this shit.
Exactly. Fucking then they film it.
Mm-hmm. They film it, baby. So yeah, that's it for Problem Child 2. Pretty damn good. Like I said, like it's really weird that like the series or like whatever they chose to do was kind of like the first movie is just really all about Junior, like it's pretty much just about Junior doing bad shit to people. But like this one was kind of like it's really about John Ritter's character more, and like Junior's like hijinks they kind of like just spread throughout just to give you some laughs. But it's really like the main focus of the story is 100% on John Ritter's dating and having sex with all these women.
Mm-hmm. Fucking what a great plot for a movie.
Oh yeah,
like literally, if I ever become a director, I'm literally only going to write movies with John Ritter, fucking women, and I am going to get his estate to allow me to deep fake his face onto somebody else.
Well, that was kind of that was kind of always the innuendo of Three's Company and Jack Tripper was like they kind of softened it and like watered the show down a little bit as it went on, but like everybody was always convinced like that he was fucking like both girls, and like eventually they did have him do a love story with Janet, if I remember correctly. But yeah,
fucking what a king! He ended up meeting a girl on the show. They get married, and they had this spin-off called Three's a Crowd.
Remember that briefly. Is that what that was about?
Mm-hmm.
How did they work in Don Knotts or whatever?
They were gone, baby. They had new characters. Like his wife's annoying dad. It's always trying to fucking split them up in like wacky hijinks kind of way. He owned Jack's Bistro. He was the cook at Jack's Bistro. He had like a surfer dude, one of the cooks. Fucking I've only seen the pilot. There was a whole season
or so.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was one of those things where the spin-off or whatever was on a different network than the original show.
Was it?
I don't know. I'm just wondering because I remember there was like it would always be the kiss of death when shows would jump networks. Like I want to say Facts of Life or like some. It's like always these shows that are on like for 14 years and then they go to some new network. Then they last like a season and a half.
Oh yeah, that movie went by so quick.
It did. There's like so much we could have talked about that we probably didn't. We're too busy talking about Joey Corrigan, his fucking songs he was forced to make and sell millions of albums with.
And now, look out, you see, a fucking amazing voice of an angel.
I would agree. So I like too that he would like put the most inane fucking lyrics in songs, and people actually it was so deep. Like that one, he's like, "I used to be a little boy,
so in my shoes, what I choose is my choice." What's the boy supposed to do?
Meanwhile, the guy's just banging those fucking church bells in the background, making that.
The killer in me
is the killer in you.
We couldn't stop before we said the best line of the song. My love. Fucking amazing.
It was amazing. Then he was doing songs. He probably really loved doing that fucking song for that Batman soundtrack, Batman and Robin. Where he's in the black turtleneck and he's like all pale and shit.
Kino.
I don't know.
The first time I saw that music video for Bullet with Butterfly Wings, I thought that was fucking our boy Eddie Furlong in the band.
It does look like him. He looked very Furlong-ish when he still had his hair.
Exactly.
The world is Lawanda. Ding, 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 ding. Sent to drain the balls of my dad. What does she want? Send me to boarding school, even though I always know that I'm gonna be sleeping in a clown bed cage.
I like that they brought back his hatred of clowns. You think wouldn't that be whenever they make the MCU version? He has to he has to have done a 180. He has to be a fan of Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, ICP. Well, not ICP. There'll be a female offshoot of ICP.
Hell yeah! Insane Clown Pussy. They paint their pussies up.
Insane Clown Pussy.
That would be very John.
Vaginas.
That would be very John Waters because what was the movie where fucking L7 played the camel lips?
Oh yeah.
Fucking Serial Mom, I think that was.
Yeah, I think maybe it was. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Oh yeah. So much Kino to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get some recent Kino pickups?
I haven't, baby. I haven't bought anything in probably like a month or two.
I got that Exorcist 3 4K.
Dog.
It has the fucking Legion director's cut in there.
I literally bought, like, I'm not shitting you. I literally bought Exorcist 3 on Blu-ray finally, like 3 weeks before they announced that 4K. Which I honestly don't really care, to be real perfectly honest with you, but
yeah.
It's just I'm always cursed. I never get the newest editions. I always get the old edition because I get tired of waiting around. And they're like, okay, and then they're like, okay, we can release it now. We sold one more copy.
These motherfuckers need to get to work on fucking Angus Blu-ray 4K.
I agree. Who is that that's fucking holding that up? Warner Brothers or something?
Warner Brothers.
Fucking, they're too busy firing everybody right now. They can't get Blu-rays out anymore.
I'm looking at the Blu-ray case for this movie, and it's got the cat on it, just like hanging out next to him, leaning on the washer.
Let me look at my thing.
The cat's got his arms crossed.
Oh yeah, I see him. The cat's not even in this movie, is he?
He's not.
Because the whole thing was Junior abused that cat in the first one. That actually really wasn't that funny when he abused the cat in the first one. I didn't think.
It's funny in the fact that, like, whenever you tell people that he abuses the cat,
yeah,
and then it's not funny. It's funny in that, like, that way, like a dark humor type of way.
Yeah, like when you see the cat and his little arms and legs are broken and he's like got little casts on, he's wobbling. Like, it's funny then, but then when you're like, yeah, he like fucking breaks the arms and legs of the cat and the cat has to wobble around, and people are like, what? Like, why do they do that?
Yeah.
I kind of wish we could just do it. We need to find another movie or an excuse where we can just do fucking William Patrick Corrigan voices the whole time.
We do.
That shit we did it for about 5 minutes, but I feel like I'm addicted to it already.
I was gonna mention that we talked about the Beatles. I was gonna mention that the fucking Detroit Rock City was almost basically a remake of I Want to Hold Your Hand, which was kind of like Detroit Rock City. Some like a group of like three girls go to see the Beatles and like go to see them at the Ed Sullivan show, and the fucking one of the girls is Nancy Allen.
Amazing. They should do a remake of it. He's too old to play it now, but you have to get an actor to look like him. But they should do the one of the early 90s Morrissey concerts where he couldn't even fucking sing the songs because so many guys had to climb up on stage and hug him and fucking give him all these unwanted kisses on his fucking cheek and shit.
Was he the original, like, red pill, like, Andrew Tate type of character?
Who, Morrissey?
Like a weird father figure to these guys?
I mean, I think in a weird way, like, I don't think his message really lasts because Morrissey's thing was about, like, nobody would ever love you and nobody would, like basically the people you love will never love you back and, like, you're just unlovable. So I think Morrissey was trying to end the cycle of love in the world, and, like, it just, people are like, oh, like, look, like, why do that when we could just red pill and then use women like cum dumpsters? But
fucking.
So Morrissey was like more like the fucking like the green pill. Like, he was like the pill nobody even considered could possibly exist before.
Exactly. He was on his own level.
He was.
Fake ass Robert Smith.
Exactly. Fuck Robert Smith. For some reason, Robert Smith has a big problem with Morrissey. Like, he always brings him up in interviews and things. I was just like, all right. And there's like this really early TV appearance where, like, all these people jump on the stage and Morrissey's trying to sing and Robert Smith fucking grabs him and just fucking tackles him to the ground. I'm just like, all right. Why don't you go mess your hair up and put some more fucking lipstick on, you 60-year-old bitch?
me and Mac did a the Cure fucking Kane Gang episode.
Amazing Kane Gang.
We fucking ranked all their albums, and they've always been a band that it's like I don't really like albums of theirs. I like a playlist of a bunch of different songs.
I think my favorite Cure song is probably "Pictures of You."
Probably that's one of them. Yeah, fucking "Friday I'm in Love" I think is mine.
Yeah, the bass line I think it's the bass line for "Friday I'm in Love" is fucking awesome. Friday I'm in love, Monday go fuck yourself, Tuesday.
Tuesday, go fuck yourself. Wednesday, go and fuck yourself. It's Friday. Go fuck yourself.
It's Friday, dildo your mom.
Oh yeah. So good.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we're almost at a place where like we probably can't even talk too much about Kino anymore because everybody's been so red pilled. It's like the message can't even get through anymore.
Mm-hmm. So much fucking red pill shit fucking just coming down, sliding out of their pussies. They got fucked so hard by the red pill.
It's crazy too because like the red pill was like this amazing thing that happened that like revolutionized our whole world and our way of thinking, and like the end game of the red pill is to make you go to the gym.
Isn't it weird that men are in a weird state where it's like they have to be told like cleaning your room is fine, that's a good thing to do. Fucking going to the gym.
Go to the gym.
That's so weird.
Guys, go to the gym. You'll feel good.
I remember finding out that like it was really common for like guys to not know that you're supposed to like wash your ass, like stick your hand in there and wash your like they thought that was
washcloth
gay.
Or something.
Yeah, they thought that was like gay. They're like, oh, fucking, why would you do that? And it's like you gotta like do that to clean the shit out of your ass.
Yeah, I saw. I mean, it wasn't a TikTok because I don't use TikTok, but I think it was like somebody reposted to YouTube, and some woman was like angry. I don't know what happened. Like some guy she was dating fell through or some bullshit happened, and she's like, and I'm supposed to get excited to go on a date with guys who don't even wash their ass. I'm like, what?
Fucking, we're in a fucking we're at a low point in the manosphere. We need to pick up the slack.
The sphere of men.
We need help. Fucking, there's unique problems to solve.
We need to bond together and save ourselves from the evils that women do to us.
Exactly. The red pill. It's all about that.
Yeah. Like, I wonder at what age it like is inappropriate to like tell like a woman that she's evil. Like, what's the what's the cutout? Like, I mean, obviously a 30-year-old woman, she can take it, tell her she's evil. But if you see like a 12-year-old girl walking down the street, are you allowed to tell her she's evil?
By the time they're 3 years old, they should probably have it ingrained in their mind that they're inherently evil. And that they were basically the leftovers of man, and fucking it's all their fault.
You know what's so fucking weird, like really weird, is like I used to like get destroyed by women. Like if I liked a girl and she didn't like me back, and I asked her out, and generally they wouldn't say no. They'd be wishy-washy and they string along because all women like to have 8 guys chasing them and shit. But like I would get really so fucking upset. Like even I would say through the middle half of my 20s, I'd say like put like 25, 26. I get so fucking upset. Couldn't get the girl you want or something. And then
rejection
it's just like,
is hard, babe.
Yeah, and it's like I get it, but it's just like once you get past that, and especially like once you like get some women and you go through some women, and like I don't even think a woman could really hurt me like at this point. I mean, I understand the shit of like if you're married and you got kids and they take your kids away. Like I understand that shit, but like just a woman being like, oh, I don't like if I had to ask a woman to dinner now and she's like, oh no thanks, I'm not interested. Like I can't really imagine like giving a fuck really. Like honestly.
Mm-hmm. Fucking you gain that after years of fucking
yeah. It's just like, what do you call it? Like a callus on your hand that builds up and then nothing hurts anymore because your skin's like just, rubbed all hard callus. Yeah.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be singing songs about it like Billy Corgan.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Billy. He knows. Fucking the Billy Eyelash. She showed up, tried to take the Billy away. That's probably why he changed his name. He doesn't want to be associated.
Yeah, he doesn't want any he doesn't want to. He does art rock projects. He doesn't be associated with like slow trap rap songs and big tits.
And fucking like sad, depressed fucking videos with black shit coming out of your eyes and shit.
I know. Yeah, I don't get her weird whole shit. She can fuck off with all that, but
she can just fuck right off with that shit.
She can fuck with that. Now we're getting red pilled.
She could just fuck.
Billie Eilish, go take your Triple D chest and go fuck right off because I'm going to the gym for me tonight, not for you.
Exactly. Yeah. Fucking when we get them gains.
Yeah, we get. Oh shit. You know what I can't wait to get is when you lift so much you start getting those weird like stretch marks like underneath your armpit. You ever see, or like the area leading into your armpit? Guys love getting that. God, fucking lift and lift to get that.
That is weird. That was
Yeah.
weird. We've gone all over the place tonight.
We did.
Baby.
I was going to tell you though, baby. We keep talking about William Patrick Corgan. Have you ever seen his dying arm
His
with
dick?
his dead hand? Well, yeah, no, we've all seen that. But you ever see, like, I didn't know this till like a few years ago. I don't know if it's a condition that developed later, but like the last 10 years, like I think it's his left hand. It's like it's all purple and like discolored, and like he still uses it. I've seen him play guitar with it and shit. Like I don't know what the fuck is wrong. Like it's like super purple and red. Like and not like a birthmark. Like the whole hand is like completely.
I've heard he's become addicted to like doing that thing where you fucking sit on your hand until it goes numb.
So you can jerk off later and feel like it's a different person.
It's become like an addiction. Like he ties it up with like fucking 18 different like fucking rubber bands and shit. Like he gets crazy with it.
Oh. He gets them. Remember those fucking, what do they call it? The oh shit, the little the stringy the springy ropes that have like the little hooks on them. He gets the where you like tie shit down to the top of your car with. He gets those fucking shits.
Fucking dental floss and all kinds.
He
of
wraps
shit.
around and he makes the hooks hook together.
Guitar strings.
I sit on my hand.
Fucking, that's exactly the thing. Basically he's doing the knockout game with his hand.
Yeah.
So he can just jack off and film absolutely nothing.
Exactly.
You got to keep telling him like, Billy, you can have any kind of groupie you want. You're a rock
just
guy.
go on a tour, yeah.
But he's fucking addicted to the whole process.
Wouldn't that suck now how they claim like all society's evolved, like women aren't throwing themselves at these men anymore? Like what would the point of being a rock band and going on tour be? And if like after every show you're like, yeah, fucking party, invite all these girls back, and like nobody wants to have sex with you. Like what would the point? Is that why rock bands really don't exist anymore? Like fucking nobody would, like why go on tour if like you're not meeting girls in like every city, you know what I mean?
Every time I was in a little band and we play shows, it never happened to me, but I kept doing it. So fuck it, I guess I get it a little bit.
Yeah, you're like I'm here to play.
Exactly. I'm here to party.
I'm here to party and do art.
Eat a bowl of fuck.
Eat a bowl of fuck. Eat my fuck. Junior, man, we gotta get Junior back. We gotta do Problem Child 4.
Fucking 3 first. We gotta finish the trilogy.
We gotta respect the canon.
Oh, I thought you meant we gotta watch Problem Child 4. I was like, it don't exist yet.
No, we gotta make it. We gotta get Junior and Michael Oliver. We gotta make it. I think he does conventions. We could probably find him at one.
We can basically make it that Junior and the girl from part 2 are fucking now.
Mm-hmm.
And that
they're grown up. They're married.
It's not really incest because their parents weren't. They were from different. You know what I mean? You
know what we do is like the movie starts out with like slow motion clips from Problem Child 2 when they were both little kids and like they're terrorizing each other and hating each other and like hitting each other with water hoses and shit, and then it just hard cuts to them getting married, and they're like, oh, all these years later they Junior and Daisy ended up together. They get married, and then it's like after that it cuts to like 28 years later, and it's like their son is all grown up and it's Michael B. Jordan, and he just totally steals the franchise from him the way he stole fucking Rocky from Sylvester Stallone, and then he makes like 8 more of them and he directs them all and everybody prays him. Oh god, we never knew you could make a Problem Child movie, Michael B. Jordan. It's never been done before. I mean, there's no formula to this and you just reinvented the whole game.
Fucking hell yeah. Oh yeah, Michael B. Keaton.
Michael B. Work him too. Alex B. Keaton as well.
Hell yes.
Be fucking. All right. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wrap up because I gotta go eat some dinner. I'm fucking starving. But I want to thank you.
We gotta
Zach.
wrap things up. We gotta go back to our hotel rooms and fuck some groupies.
Yeah, we gotta be like how they used to do the green room at the old Kiss shows with all the girls and the guys would just walk in and pick a girl out and leave, and then Gene would always be a fucking pig and have to take 2 girls because his dick was extra big.
That's a line from Detroit Rock City. I'm still dying to do that movie on the show.
Yeah, I gotta find a copy somewhere. Please, somebody put that back in print.
Oh yeah.
But hopefully it'll pop up on a streaming service soon. But anyway, so I want to thank you, Zach, for coming. You're having a shitty day. You was rushing home, trying to get home. Everything. I appreciate the effort. I appreciate you picking this fine Kino because out of all the movies, like. I think it was only a year later, you're like, we gotta finish Problem Child. I was like, yeah, I agree. I mean, 2023 is the year of the Kino wins tonight. So
exactly. And the year of our Lord John Ritter, who fucking, it's always fucking the year of our Lord John Ritter. He will never fucking
he is resting in power right now, getting ready for his big comeback where he will come back to Earth and make things right and do the real, proper, actual sequel, Problem Child 3.
So he's going to come down, just like in the poster for Problem Child 2, he's going to come down in a big floating fucking washer dryer.
Yeah. We forgot to talk about that. The poster is him being stuck in a washer, even though like that never happened in the movie. And he actually couldn't physically even fit in a washer as a grown man. But
fucking Junior never lifts his parents up upside down above his like fucking so that they're hanging in the air in the first movie either. Fucking
that is
liars.
true. That is true. That's some Marvel Cinema Universe style marketing there.
Mm-hmm.
Taking fantastical shit and then under delivering, but
mm-hmm.
we got over it.
We did.
Women can't hurt our feelings anymore. We go to the gym.
Exactly. We can clean our rooms.
And we clean our rooms.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thanks for loving Problem Child Cinema Universe as much as we do, and we'll catch you back here again real soon in the movie graveyard.
Donk,
baby.
I almost forgot.